Hello, my name is Ralph and you're watching 2hp.com. You're welcome to our online fight club between Toyota Camry and Honda Accord, and today we have one more fighter named as Ford Mondeo. And it's not the end of a story. Please welcome new Volkswagen Passat, 4-wheel drive, B-turbo diesel, 500 Newton torsion torque, and this car is such a great cost, $71,000. Of course, for now everything looks like Mike Tyson is visiting a small boxing club in one of the villages, but we have an idea and later you'll get it. We have discussed for many times already the exterior of both Japanese cars. Everything is clear, a great deal of chrome, big label plate and great wish to be extraordinary. Ford Mondeo looks different. All its design lines are trying to prove that it was for a serious and high-minded driver who just temporarily doesn't have enough money for Jaguar or Aston Martin. Mondeo's exterior is perfect. A car looks sophisticated and it's impressive with size and chrome railing. It's almost Aston Martin. Such a design will definitely help to have good sales results. Volkswagen has been never taking care of its outlook, as its slogan is "I'll go through paces and then you will judge." That's why it reminds me Touareg, hammered by Tiguan. Furthermore, everything looks fancy and even exquisitely here. Toyota Camry is staffed very well. A lot of leather, wood grain, aluminum insertions, electronics, everything for you to feel comfortable here. But every time when I'm inside Camry, I have a feeling that Christmas celebration has passed already and now I need to clean everything. A Christmas tree and all of the shiny Christmas stuff. The Mondeo exterior is much more elegant than the interior of Camry and Accord. Awesome instrument panel, well-designed central console with a multimedia system. The only remark is that I would definitely add more leather on a car dashboard. Honda Accord interior. Son, this is Sparta! And the poor grade is not a reason, as we have agreed before that we won't compare grades anymore. The subject is how everything is designed. For example, I don't like it, starting from the trip computer with awful graphics and to this volume button on which I'm pressing to lower the sound, and it doesn't work because you need to roll it or switch off the whole multimedia system. Why this way? I don't know yet. Passat interior has a very interesting design. Just imagine that thankful grandkids have built in your grandma cupboard several TV sets and one plain table plus a cuckoo clock. So for me it looks like that, but pay attention on this huge and awesome computerized instrument panel. Obviously it's a masterpiece. Just look, everything is done in such an elegant, functional and laconic way. Of course, we have already agreed not to talk about cars' grades, but be sure that under this small amount of buttons, a great deal of possibilities are hidden, which can transfer this car into a certain combat unit. From our previous test, you already know that Honda has beaten Toyota on S-turn tests. Honda result was 12.5, while Camry had 13.2. But the weather was cold at that time and cars had winter tires. In summertime, results might be more interesting. I guess you have already mentioned how Toyota is rolling in the S-turn. Honda goes awful, but I have a feeling that we're almost catching the roof. However, everything looks very sexy. You are walking really hard, she's rapidly steering around the road markers, and everything is breathtaking and interesting. And really, Camry passes S-turn in 11.1 seconds, and Accord is losing a battle with Toyota, which is half a second faster. During the S-turn test against the Japanese, Ford looks very steady and comprehensible. It's not a sex anymore, it's math. Here you just twisting the steering wheel and the car easily goes between the markers. But the car is quite long and heavy, so I am not sure in its victory. So, comprehensible and considered Ford had worse result than Accord and Camry, 12.1. And it's a time to invite vaunted and expressive Volkswagen Passat to a battleground. In our test, it has a role of a dumb reproach for Japanese producers, and it's a high time to think about implementing a four-wheel drive. Nevertheless, the Europeans don't have a responsibility for the lack of Japanese producers' activity. For me, Volkswagen Passat is almost a sport car, which is masked for an old grandma cupboard. A car perfectly passes S-turn test. I don't have any blame or remark. The only question is time. In S-turn test, Passat is really fast, and the result is also impressive, 11 seconds. Mathematically, it's really faster than other participants. But for example, it's just 0.1 seconds faster than a front-wheel drive Camry. 0.1 second is not a victory at all. Before you split at a display, it's time to mention that Japanese producers are not so close-minded. They are also produce four-wheel drive models. For example, Honda owns a certain brand which is responsible for this option. Acura TLX model. I think that a modern Accord must have such options. So actually, I call TLX as Accord Plus. I hope I won't beat the haughty German in the S-turn test. Due to our feelings, it's really like that, but due to data, no. TLX result is 11.5 seconds. It's worse than Passat and Camry, but for 0.1 second better than Accord Classic. First gave up Toyota Camry and Ford Mondeo. Their result is 70 km per hour. For such big cars, it's a good result. On a usual city way, it guarantees a high survival capacity for a car and a driver. Accord, Acura and Passat have reached a speed of 75 km per hour. It was hard with Accord and Acura, much easier with Passat. But also not from the first try. All the three cars have a potential for 80 km per hour, but the road width with concrete dividers on both sides is a great argument not to go beyond the competence. As I have mentioned before, nothing today can be produced without the industrial design, even a cup plunger and especially car producers. And to be honest, very often a key fob is a car visiting card. To prove this theory, we have decided to make a trial with all the whole production team. Each person will choose the ideal key fob. My choice is this one. A trial was quick, but with different results. I voted for Ford Mondeo key fob and was almost sure that it will be a winner, but it was a mistake, as the winner is Volkswagen Passat key fob. Concerning the key fob, I'm sure that soon engineers will transfer it into a device with its own display and even computer processor. And while we were filming and making cuts, it was already happened. The flagship BMW 7 has got just a space key fob full of functions. Toyota accelerates to the speed of 100 km per hour faster than Accord, 9.3 seconds against 9.4. In 402-meter race, Accord is irresistible and is dicing Toyota for a half of a car body. Not likely that Ford Mondeo, with its super fuel-efficient engine, 6 liters per 100 kilometers and 150 horsepower, will counter Japanese cars. Its best acceleration time is 10.1 seconds. In drag racing test, Ford is 0.8 seconds worse than Accord. However, soon in a champion race of Volkswagen Passat, Accord loses its power and plays over almost with 1.5 seconds. Sure, Volkswagen Passat is not accelerating to 100 km per hour in ideal circumstances, and its result is 6.9 seconds. Due to a passport data, 6.1. Well, too close. Now I want to check what will happen if the car will be fully loaded. So guys, remember that each of your friends with a close to 90 kilograms body will steal at least half a second of the accelerating dynamics. When we are 4 inside, the result is 8.1. And a welcome surprise is Acura, as with 3.5 liters V6 engine it accelerates to 100 km per hour in 7.2 seconds. It's really fast, but is TLX faster than Passat? Unfortunately, mega fight between Acura and Passat can't be done now, as the testing days are not synchronized. I hope you have enjoyed this story and you got a lot of useful information. And for those who haven't, I would like to remind that you have watched the competition of the most popular cars on the Mother Earth. By the way, you are watching 2hp.com, and I, Rolf, and my big team of 8 persons have prepared it especially for you. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.